Tesla made $4.4 billion in profit last year, not from the Model 3, not from the Cybertruck. Almost half of that money came from selling paperwork to other car companies, paperwork that cost Tesla nothing to make. Here's what everybody believes. Tesla is a car company. It builds cars, it sells cars, that's where the money is. And honestly, that's fair. Tesla sold about $66 billion worth of cars last year. But building cars is brutal. After paying for the steel and the batteries and the workers, Tesla kept about 14 cents of every dollar, 14 cents, on the thing the whole company is famous for. So where did the rest of the profit come from? Picture a school recycling contest. Every class has to hit a target. Miss it and you pay a fine. But one class recycles way more than it needs, so it sells its extra points to the class that came up short. It's not a perfect match, but it's close. Here's the real answer. Tesla only builds clean cars, so the government hands it credits it will never need. Last year, Tesla sold almost $2 billion of those credits. That is 46% of its operating profit, the money left after building everything and paying every bill. And those credits cost Tesla almost nothing. That's not my opinion. Tesla's own annual report calls the cost negligible. The cars are the front door. The credits are the cash register. July 4th, 2025, a new law gets signed. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Most people read the headlines about taxes. Car companies read one small section. Because the year before, this credit business was booming. Tesla sold $2.76 billion of credits in 2024. Here's why it worked. Car makers who missed the government's fuel rules had to pay a penalty. Buying Tesla's credits was cheaper than paying that penalty, so they bought. Then the new law took the teeth out of the rules. No penalty means no reason to buy. The number started sliding. In 2025, credit sales fell to just under $2 billion, down 28%. Then it fell off a cliff. In the second quarter of this year, Tesla sold $146 million of credits, down 67% in 12 months. That's not a guess. It's in Tesla's own quarterly report. They even named the law that did it. A business that ran quietly for years lost 2/3 of its sales in 1 year, and nobody stopped buying because the product got worse. They stopped because the fine went away. Now put two car companies side by side. Ford sold $187 billion worth of stuff last year, almost double Tesla. Ford's operating result was a loss of $9.2 billion. But let's be fair to Ford. Most of that was a one-time write-off. Ford gave up on a pile of electric vehicle plans and wrote about $10.7 billion off the books in a single quarter. Hand that back, and Ford roughly broke even. Call it about 80 cents of profit for every $100 it sold. Now Tesla, $94.8 billion in sales, $4.4 billion in operating profit. That's $4.59 for every $100. Same industry, same customers. Tesla keeps roughly 5 times more per $100. But here's the gap that actually matters. Out of Tesla's $4.59, $2.10 is credits, paperwork, not cars. Take the paperwork away and Tesla keeps $2.49 per hundred. Ford was writing off factories. Tesla was cashing checks for a rule it never built anything extra to meet. So how does this actually work? 3 steps. Step 1. The government sets a target. Across everything you sell, your vehicles have to average a certain level of emissions and fuel economy. Step 2. Tesla only sells electric cars, so it blows past that target every year without trying, and banks credits it will never use. Step 3. Tesla sells those spare credits to car makers who came up short. Back to the recycling contest. Tesla is the class selling its extra points. And because Tesla was going to build those cars anyway, there is no extra cost to the sale. So why does nobody talk about it? Because it's one line in a filing, buried between leasing revenue and service revenue. It sounds illegal. It isn't. It's the rule working exactly the way it was written. So if this is such a great business, why doesn't every car maker do it? Because to sell credits, you have to sell only clean cars. Ford's biggest product is the F-150 pickup. That truck is the reason Ford comes up short in the first place. You can't sell your extra points if you don't have any extra points. And there's a harder answer. The payoff is being taken away. When the penalty drops to 0, so does the price of the credit. Ask Tesla. $146 million last quarter. The money is almost never in the thing you're buying. It's in the rule behind the thing you're buying. Change the rule and a $2 billion business disappears without a single factory closing. That $4.4 billion we opened with? Now you know where almost half of it really came from. Tesla didn't build a better car to earn it. It built a car that made a rule pay. More companies, same treatment. Subscribe.